what kind of character that I need to build?
Oh, I have a little confession to make, can I? So, when you say character, you're talking about what are the qualities that should guide me. If you are a joyful, sensible human being, you will do what's best. Just take care of this one thing.
Namaskar, Sadhguru. First of all, thank you so much for this opportunity. It is a wonderful experience last 2 days. My question is something to do with the character.
Whose character?
My own character.
Oh.
My own character.
Oh, so you are a character, is it?
My character.
Being a character is little better than being a creature.
For sure. So, I come from a humble family. My dad was a truck driver and born and brought up in slums.
Hey, the truck drivers are not humble, huh? What is he saying? Hey.
What kind of character that I need to build in terms of my own improvement holistically so that I can serve people, which also serves me, makes me happy as well?
Please.
Thank you.
So, I have a little confession to make, can I? When I was in high school, maybe when I was 12, 13, for those 1.5, 2 years, I seriously thought about becoming a truck driver. Not because it was humbling, because it was the most powerful thing to do. Because I was crazy about engines, that's the biggest engine going around. So, it's okay. Wow. See, on the surface, if we look at ourselves, this one likes one thing, that one likes another thing. There are no two people who like exactly the same things. How did you arrive at this? Why is it that this one likes this and that one likes that? Exposure, cultivation, isn't it? Who is cultivating you? Who is molding you like this? Most of the molding is unconscious. Parents desperately tried, but their influence is diminishing with all of you. It's diminishing. There was a time grandmother was the biggest influence. Now who the hell is listening to the grandmother? They'll consult the Google lady. So, a huge diminishing of parental influences happened in the last 20 years' time or 25 years' time. So when this happens, that is, people who cared most for somebody, right or wrong they are, but they cared. Being off their influence and being influenced by somebody else who you do not know, either on the street or online or in the school or wherever else children are going to or people are growing up, there is a huge flux in the society. If we don't handle this flux carefully, responsibly, it can be a disaster, because people who don't genuinely care for you are trying to mold you. People who cared for you, they definitely care for you, but do they have a perspective about life? Not necessarily. The question is, what comes at you largely is a consequence of the times in which we live. What we make out of it is 100% ours. So what we make out of it is what you're talking as the word character. That's not a very positive word. You're a character is not a positive word, okay? So, when you say character, you're talking about what are the qualities that should guide me. If there was a choice between sitting here and dripping ecstasy every moment of your life, or being, as people say, ups and downs are good, because that's all where they have. Or some people even say only when you're really depressed and really oppressed, your intelligence will fire and what tremendous things people have done, do you see? How great things people have done when they were imprisoned and beaten and tortured. There are people who are arguing for that also. Doesn't matter who says what. What is your natural choice? Highest level of pleasantness or unpleasantness? Pleasantness. Yes or no? There are four aspects of you. You have a body, you have a mind, you have emotions, you have your energies. All these four must be pleasant. Body becomes pleasant, we call it health. Body becomes very pleasant, we call it pleasure. Mind becomes pleasant, we call it peace. Becomes very pleasant, we call it joy. Emotions become pleasant, we call it love. Becomes very pleasant, we call it compassion. Energies become pleasant, we call it bliss. Becomes very pleasant, we call it ecstasy. Surroundings become pleasant. What should I call it? Success or Isha Yoga Center? No. I'm telling you this because to create pleasant surroundings, it takes a lot of work. Enormous amount of management, constantly doing something about it. So, creating pleasantness around you is subject to various people, various things. Right now we're sitting here, if one of you start freaking, you can create an unpleasant atmosphere, all right? But pleasantness of the body, mind, emotion and energy is 100% your business, isn't it? You don't try to build a character, you understand? Because you will become a character. If you become a very strong character, you will become a caricature. See, I want you to look at this. Somebody, when you are a child, somebody around you is a very strong character. You look at him and think he's a caricature, isn't it? Or a creature. They're a different order of development. Yes or no? Somebody is such a strong character, nobody can bear with that nonsense. So don't become a character. If you are a joyful, sensible human being, you will do what's best. What will you do? Well, we have not come the same way, our competence and our capabilities are different. Accordingly we will do. Maybe you cannot do what somebody else does, it doesn't matter. You will do your best because when you're joyful by your own nature, you are not an impediment in your own life. You're not the problem in your life. You are never the issue. This one thing you make sure. In your life, you're not the issue. There are other issues, thousands. If you have 1,000 issues per day, that means you're doing a lot of things, it's good. But I'm not the issue. The moment you become stressful, the moment you become tense, the moment you become miserable, the moment you become angry, you have become the issue, isn't it? Just take care of this one thing, you don't need a character. You can just be like life. You're life, are you? So don't become a character. Just life. Life means, life is the director of all characters. Because there is life, the body evolved like this, huh? You're not born like this, isn't it? Because there is life throbbing here, you're Punjabi. No, I'm just trying to figure out the food. See, a dokla according to South Indians is a bad idea of a idli. But you don't look like a dokla. You eat a dokla and it becomes you. So why is this? Because life is throbbing, isn't it? Whatever the hell you put into this, it becomes like this. There are some guidelines of genetics and evolution and stuff, but the rest is being done by the intelligence that you call as life. So keeping that in full force is the most important thing you need to do. Don't build characters. If life is full on, see, if your body is full on, it'll behave one way. Only if your intellect is full on, you will behave another way. Only your emotions are on, you will behave another way. But if this life is full on, it will not do anything life negative, isn't it? You need a better insurance than life? I'm asking. Life is the only insurance, isn't it, you have? So, this is the most important thing, this is a serious mistake large percentage of humanity has made is, we think we have to create something. No, it is already there. Which, say, a mango tree is not trying to manufacture coconuts. Its only aspiration is to become a full-fledged mango tree. In that outside there are many impediments, maybe there is no water, maybe there is a hungry cow, maybe something else, all these things. But its only aspiration is to become a full-fledged mango tree. This is all. Your aspiration is to become a full-fledged life, full on. Will all these lives will find expression the same way? Never. Each one will find in their own way. But as long as they're not constipated life, they're full-on life, it's fine. Because if you craft your character in a certain way, you will also expect how her character should be. Yes or no? Inevitable, isn't it? See, I craft myself and say, this is my character. Now what is her character? It must fit into what? My template of character, otherwise she won't pass. Don't do that to yourself or to anybody.